We'll see if we get people on here. And then what I've got to do is I just remembered one little thing. And I probably should have done it sooner, but there's only so much you can do in a day. All right.
Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Yeah, exactly. We up? Yeah, well, I'm live now.
All right, you're live. I want to say a good morning to Joe and Marie Begonia.
Okay.
On a rainy Saturday morning.
So far.
To all the high octane South Jersey disappointed enthusiasts who couldn't go to the first Cars and Coffee this morning.
Yeah, nobody's on yet.
That's even better.
You can practice. In fact, I was going to bring out my. There we go. Okay, I was going to bring out my razor for you. Give you a virtual haircut because it's been. I haven't been to a barber since the 20th century. I think Nick's right there with me.
I use my clippers upstairs. I'm good.
Yeah.
I have some hats that have better hair on it than I do. I got going for you. It's got a ponytail actually sewn into the back.
Oh, nice.
God.
Yeah, when I used to ride the bike, I actually had a helmet. I had a helmet that had a ponytail on it, and then when I take the helmet off and I had the ponytail come up with the helmet, then I put a hat on that had a ponytail. It would just bring smiles on people's faces.
Yeah. There's one guy. There's one guy. I don't know if you noticed on some of the auctions. He's up in the front row with all the dealers, and he wears one of those visors, and he's got the gray spiked hair coming out. He's got to be. I don't know. He's got to be in his 60s or 70s as well. And it's so funny. Yo, what's up?
Yo, where?
I'm here to buy some cars. Oh, I should have done this. Oh, I should have done this sooner.
What, like yesterday?
Yeah, no, I can't because I gotta wait until it's You just see the countdown. You see the countdown?
Yes.
Do you hear us?
Actually, it's larger than my screen. It's on the iPad at least.
Okay.
So I see 9 and then just 2 dots and half.
I forgot to do the constant contact things. Hey, Mike G. Let me. I'm just telling you that we don't see you. Okay. Well. We got 8 minutes, but you see the countdown, right? Okay. Thanks, doll. Mike G reports that God only made a few perfect heads in this world, the rest covered with hair. I like that one.
Rudy, you broke up.
You were all muffled on that.
You're all muffled.
All right, how about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we started to hear you say Mike G said something, and then it got all muffled.
Okay, God only made a few perfect heads in this world, the rest he covered with hair.
I love it.
I don't get it. Cars und Café is Vegas is one. Kaffee. with Und. That's the 900 series does that. Caras und Cafe.
Und Cafe.
Yeah.
I'll have to remember that the next time I'm out there. Might not be for a while though.
Can't you just like scout a hotel out there and just take a trip out just to look at it?
Yeah, sure. When the strip reopens, sure.
You're live.
There you go.
Why did it do that?
It says where to watch us, and it doesn't even list Xfinity or Comcast how to watch them. So how are they on that station? Who knows?
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right.
If you're on, if anyone's on, love to hear if anyone's on YouTube right now. If you are, can you just text me real quick? Okay, Nancy just did. All right. Thank you, Nurse Nancy. All right. I will be right back, gentlemen, and we'll get started.
Okay.
There's two Motor Trend apps.
There are?
One of them, yeah. I had the Motor Trend. There's another one called MT Go. We'll see what that is. MT Go.
Yeah, what?
Vintage Voltage. I know that's one of the electrified cars.
Oh, I love that one. They did a Carmen Ghia, and there's
Yeah.
another one, EV West out in Vegas also. They did
Oh,
a thing.
that's a nice one.
They did a bus. Yeah.
That's about a 10 grand conversion if you have the right.
Conversion?
Yeah, for you to do it.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought about it for my second 914.
I bet. All right. Nancy tells me that everything's good. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right. I'm gonna risk keeping the garage doors open. what could possibly...
Hopefully a big semi doesn't drive by.
Yeah, nah. Well, that's a funny story. I always have a funny story. All right. So we'll just wait another... We got 2 minutes to go here. And loud and clear, says Mike G. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
No results found.
Rainy day is bringing a lot of viewers in. Good. And I just realized I have a set of rear calipers that are a core. I keep forgetting to take them back.
For which car? The Caddy?
Yeah, the Caddy. Robert says he... Oh, Robert. Okay. Robert, I think you see the blue screen. All right, I'm going to go... Yep. I'm going to switch because I think everybody's getting confused already. All right. I'm just going to check real quick with Nancy, make sure we're go ahead. All right.
It's like that Starbucks thing I sent you.
Oh, I've seen that a million times, but yeah, it's funny.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. We're live. Everything's good, and welcome to the garage. Well, I guess you guys are not at the Garage Mahal this morning. You're at the Nick's compound.
We're situated. Yeah, we're both rained out.
Okay,
Right.
so we're well. I'm in the Guys with Rides official garage, so I'm hanging out there. It's a rain, as you can see in Jersey here. It's a rainy Saturday morning. So despite the Governor Murphy actually lifting some restrictions on us, he must have pulled one in with the gods of weather to keep everybody at bay as a cruel joke. So hopefully the weather will agree with everyone here shortly, and we can all get together in person at a safe distance. All right, so we got not to worry. We've got some good stuff queued up. I think what we're going to do is go through the Guess What Ride stuff. Let me bring that up. So we have a couple of cars. So I want to bring up the... All right. And... So the first one is this 77 Porsche Targa. So, guys, were you surprised it only ended up at 25.5?
I really was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it'd go higher.
I thought it really go higher, especially when you had such active bidding between two people so early. Unless one of them was just fitting up the price, which is always a possibility.
The fact that that's... I hate to say it, but I thought that when we talked about this, and it was getting so hyped up the week before that was going on so early that it just seemed like they had some phantom bidders there just trying to jack it up, because it went nowhere from I either that or they heard about the show and they stopped bidding. Because literally, right? It was at 25 last Saturday, and it sat there, and we had it up on our TV on Thursday night. We're waiting there, and it was crickets. And then somebody came in and sniped her for 25.
But the bidders were just joined their new bidders this year. And one of them, that was the first time he ever bid, if I remember right, looking him up.
Yeah.
So he had no bid history.
Huh.
Well, that, and I think if they, maybe some people realized they were in the heading north to the territory of getting a slightly newer SC, which is a much more bulletproof vehicle, in my opinion.
Yeah, great point. Yeah. So that one was an odd one. Ironically, as I was watching this week, I know I'm going to try to have him back, but the Fringe Car Collector, who showed, if you guys were on a couple of weeks ago, who had the Studebaker with that wood, with the wood boat. He actually has that for sale on. He has that for sale on Bring a Trailer right now. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to keep this going. And Steve Rice is saying Lou and Nick need to turn down their computer volume when you're speaking because you're both getting a lot of feedback echo. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Maybe. Oh, Lou, you're not on your headphones, I think. Maybe that's what's doing it. Okay. Thank you. Steve, thanks for the feedback on that. All right. Okay. So this one I picked. So we decided to do a pick, another car, and it ended up being this 73.
Rudy, I don't hear you.
Are you on mute, Rudy?
Yeah, I'm just talking away. There we go.
There you are.
There we go. Thank you. So the next car I picked, we said we're going to pick another car, so we'll do Nick's here in a minute. I picked this 73 Corvette. I'm back on. And it's a 70. I like the 73 because I always thought the C3s looked good in yellow. I don't think I'd own any other car, personally, that is, but I just, for some reason, always like that shade of yellow on the C3s. So this is an interesting car because the original owner stored it in 1981, as the story goes, and he's since deceased, and the seller right now recently purchased it from his estate out of the storage bin. So the engine is apparently seized, but it's currently at, and these are no reserve auctions we picked. So it's a nice yellow over tan with a 4-speed. Only has about 35,000 original miles indicated. It's an air-conditioned car with power windows. So just be a nice car to, I think, a decent project car. Surface rust underneath, but nothing that looks bad for the birdcage. I don't know. Lou, you're the resident Corvette expert. What did you think?
You know, every part of that car is available. The big part of that is labor.
Yeah.
And it depends on how much you can do yourself. Because the C3s have not come into, crazy value. You can buy a real nice one already done for probably somewhere between 15 and 20.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's a nice Carson combo. But you got to be know how to do gel coat, fiberglass if you do any body work. If you don't, if it's just a matter of taking everything apart. But I'm afraid of that frame with all the rust you see in the undercarriage
Yeah.
pictures. And all those little accessories that you would get, whether you needed, you want to replace things because it's rust, or at least take it apart, have it powder coated. It can get expensive.
Yeah.
If you want to do it yourself and you want a project, there's certain value in having something that you can say you did it yourself. I did that. That was my first thing I ever did. I spent 3 years doing a project, and I said I had it, and I never got my money out of it, obviously, but it was a certain satisfaction that you get.
Yeah.
Labor of love.
Yeah. Other than that, I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
I say to people, they ask me if you ever restored a car. I say, yeah, I've restored a car twice, first and last. I'll let somebody else.
Yeah. I'm
I'll
kind of
let
there with
somebody
you.
else take the love.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of feedback. I'm getting, Lou, people are saying we're getting a lot of echo off of your, I think, I'm,
I'm on headphones, so I don't know where it's coming from.
yeah.
Are you getting it, Nick?
No, I hear you fine, but as we've learned, I guess what we hear versus what gets sent out can be different sometimes.
Ask Mike G. Any echo on this?
Yeah, a couple people are saying it, lots of echo. Yeah.
From me as well, or just Lou?
Let's see, just it seems to be Lou.
Huh.
There's Nancy. If you're hearing Nick give echo, let me know if that's. Nick has echo too. All right. Well, maybe that's. All right. Now, Lou, it's probably on my end. We got to figure it out.
Yeah, because I'm on headphones as well.
Okay.
So I'm in headphones. And let's see. I'm mute and unmute. Okay. Any difference?
How about now, people? Can you hear it? Nobody's answering yet. We'll have to just try to see what.
All right. I could get off the iPad and go on the computer.
No, yeah, maybe that would help. And Nick, why don't you do that and then go on mute on everything, and then Nick and I will talk about. Are you on both right now, Lou? Sorry, guys. Bear with us for a second.
I'm not. I'm just on the iPad.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, as am I. Just iPad.
Audio output. Black hole. All right. I'm just going to bring down the sound level a bit. Let's see if that helps. Okay. Could be. Well, why don't we talk about Nick? While Lou's setting up, why don't we talk about the your pick, the '83 Mercedes-Benz? And I had a feeling you're going to pick this one.
Yeah, well, I'm a diehard Mercedes fan after Porsche, and I've had many of these cars, never in the wagon and never in the Euro model, but these 5-cylinder turbo diesels are the best. I think the biggest thing to worry about in this era of car now is just, even though they were very well primed and painted and in their assembly, you got to watch out for the body rot now, but because these engines are indestructible, and I've had ones where I've gotten tired of them, and I wish I never sold them now, but I got tired of them at 500,000 miles and dumped them. And now, if I, the old story, if you knew now what was happening then, you would change your philosophy. But this one looks to be in pretty decent condition, and mechanicals look good on the surface. I would love to hear its what I call the percolating engine. I grew up with that, so it's a vehicle that I definitely will put back in my collection at some point.
Well, good. Yeah, I mean, this thing, like I've probably featured 5 or 6 of these things, and it's in phenomenal shape for 275,000 miles. I mean, these things
that drew me to it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good start for these. But to have one like you said that solid, it's much. I'm very curious to see where that goes.
Yeah, I'll be watching closely.
That one to me is going, unlike the 77 Porsche we were talking about. I think that one's going to be a hockey stick and be a hot one at the end there. Although if you look at the what is it, Haggerty and their trend line, I wonder whether they were getting hot there for a while, because the hipsters were buying them up, and I wonder if they've got
anything skyrockets that Wheeler Dealer does too. So one recently as a restore.
Right. So I wonder whether it's cooling off now, but I think it's going to be a good pick. We'll watch both this week. So folks, if you're on there, what I'll do for I'm not doing a we're out of respect for Veterans Day, and I didn't mention that, but thank you for everyone who's out there for your service. And but on Tuesday, by Tuesday, I'll have you can place what you think the bid is going to be, and we'll go back from. We'll have that up, and you can put what you think the bid is going to be, and we'll have some prizes from that. So I don't think it's, folks. I think we're getting an echo at my end. I hate to say it, and I'm not sure what to do about it. So I'm going to keep playing with it. We'll see if we can get that fixed. As a setting.
Am I back on or not?
Yeah, you're on.
Do I sound any different, any better, any worse?
You sound the same to me. We'll see what. I have a feeling that it's maybe one of the settings on this microphone this time around. I've lowered. In fact, I had the output very high, so I'm hoping that this is a little bit better. If anybody can comment on that, Nurse Nancy, just let me know. Okay, still echo from Lou.
Well, you guys, can you control mine from yours separately or not?
Okay. How about now? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you just fine, but yeah, I guess it's what everyone else hears.
So it sounds like it's an issue on. All right, it sounds like the echo is on YouTube, not with Facebook. Okay, Steve says we can hear. Okay, I played with the microphone settings a little bit. We're good there. So I appreciate everyone's patience. They're saying my mic is fine, but you guys are on echo. So I gotta. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do about that. All right, so I will. Maybe we'll do speaker view where it only picks up. And okay. Can you guys hear me okay now? Yeah, you can hear me fine? I can't hear you. All right. Ecam. Oh, there we go. Now. How about now? You guys can hear me. I'm hoping everybody can hear me now. Same as system. Okay. All right, we're going to have to just go with it. I tried to play with some settings on the fly here, and everything is set up the way I had it last week. So, okay. All right. There's that one. Let's get on to some cars, shall we? All right. So, you want to do the what do you want to do next, guys? The Corvair Virtual Tour, the '66 GTO, or
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, and by the way, my pick's the 2006 Ford GT.
Oh, it is? Yeah. I had a feeling one of you two would do that.
Yeah, that's my pick.
Okay.
All right, just so you know, Heritage Edition. Throw your numbers in. Actually, you have three different ones running, so they have to look up the on Bring a Trailer for No Reserve.
Right.
2006 Ford GT Heritage Edition, which I think is a much better car than the new Ford GT, which is a V6 EcoBoost. So
Right.
the other one's a V8 supercharged.
So I didn't look this morning. I think when I looked yesterday, it was 388,000 at that point.
380. I remember it's like 380. And what's interesting is that they have had a lot of sales this year. There's one that sold, a 9,000 mile example, sold for 250. And there was two Heritage editions. One was bid to 310, it didn't sell, and one was bid through 325 and didn't sell. So, and there's a load of red Ford GTs that some sold, some didn't. So the Heritage Edition, which they only built, I think, 343 out of about 4,000 cars, was $13,000 premium, but it seems to bring a lot more money now in the market.
Wow.
And this particular car is actually modified. It's got the rondelles have been painted over. It's got a stripe on the side. And it's a, you know, if you don't care about originality, you can always make it original back. But I think this car will sell because it's a no reserve auction. The question is the no reserve feature one of the things that are making it go up in value, or could it be also the seller, which sells you know, a lot of cars and has an excellent reputation on that.
Right.
You know, so
good.
That can mean something too.
Good.
All right. So then that's my pick. So now we can go ahead.
Yep. And I'm getting feedback that people are saying it's much better now. So the sound that is.
Oh, good. Then I could say that. Good morning to Joe Pagonia and Her Highness Marie and my friend Dan and all the guys at High Octane. And hopefully the next Saturday will be better the weather, and our governor will let more than 25 of us out at one time. And that'll be actually our last show, right, Rudy?
Yeah, I figure, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Everything's going to be starting up again.
Back to normal, yeah.
Back to you know, whatever the new normal is, as everyone's saying.
The new normal, back to the new normal. So
yeah, but I think
I'll try next Saturday to get out there for a half hour and do a video.
Yeah, and I've got well, you know, if we can have you do a live, I've got some interesting, very interesting cars next week. Mitch, if you're on YouTube, has I believe a 28,000 mile Lincoln Continental Mark IV Cartier edition. That's a multiple award winner. I'm really looking forward to seeing that car. And then I have a Typhoon, a 93 Typhoon, Steve Sapphire. Yeah, I still have this Mercedes up. Yes. Okay. Yeah, and let me get rid of here so I'm not confusing people. There we are. I'm going to put the other yeah, so we'll do that'll be the last show and we'll go from there. All right, so let me bring up the Corvair
No sound, Rudy.
Lou, I just brought up the video, so I'm going to let you narrate it here as it's starting.
Okay. So this is in an industrial complex, a building, and when you drive by, you see 3 Corvairs sitting there in the parking lot, at least 3. And there's some other vehicles too. Nick, you want to tell us about that?
My childhood car, a Pontiac Catalina. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Big old Pontiac sitting there rusting.
The cat.
Another Corvair. You want to peek? It's raining, of course. It seems to be. And there's a Corvair convertible. So we have at least 4 of them sitting outside. There are 4 outside. And anybody who watched the show last week knows Glenn showed up at the Garage Mahal with a beautiful 2-door hardtop Corvair with air conditioning. And this is inside his shop. That one's 140 horsepower, 4 carburetor. And all of them run. Amazingly, they're all run. And Glenn has a very interesting way of starting the cars up. If we were listening to some of the videos, Glenn actually cranks them until the oil pressure light comes on, and then he steps on the gas and sets the choke and whatever to get them started. So he wants to make sure every car has first oil pressure. I'm sorry, the oil pressure light goes off, not it comes on.
That was fascinating to me because I didn't know that part of it. I thought when you said it was like it was starting to hurt me how long he was cranking it.
Right, and this is the first time I ever heard of it or seen it. Nick, how about you?
Oh yeah, that was the first. I thought for sure he was going to do some damage, but yeah, it worked on every one of them.
Everybody told us not to ever crank it that long because you overheat the starter, and it actually draws more battery juice. So they said just in short bursts, and he just cranks away until the light goes off.
Wow.
And that's a turbocharged 180 horsepower convertible. The air cleaner is off of that, so we can get a view. And if you look at it, it's got the carburetor is sort of like sideways in it there.
Yeah, there it is, right in the middle there.
Right there.
And what's fascinating to me is they didn't know back then why not? That's just a hot box to begin with. So
it's a hot box. How come they don't have vapor lock? I mean, that's why I guess the turbocharger helps with vapor lock. I don't know. It's like right there is your turbo. There's your exhaust right there. You can tell by that thing probably glows. When it's really really hot to start with. It's air cooled.
Right.
It's amazing. And it's a side. Would you call it a side draft carburetor? I guess so.
Yeah.
There's your single belt that runs through your first serpentine belt right there.
Like, a 2-axis serpentine belt.
Yeah, right. That's it.
Great car.
And,
let me see what got. Yeah, Joe's saying. Joe Piconia is saying Corvair Monza was a great car for me. You need to get a restored one to avoid the pitfalls. Not sure I would touch any of these if they weren't restored. Yeah, good point.
So, well, the question, Joe, since you're listening, has Her Highness ever driven one? That's what I want to know. If you ever let Her Highness drive one. No answer from Joe, huh? All right, we'll have to wait.
Not yet. I'll let you know.
No, let me know. So, Delaware Valley Corvair Club is the club that Glenn belongs to. I think he's an officer in it. And you'll see a lot of the decals and marking it. Whose dog is that? I don't have a dog. Your dog barking in the background?
It's not mine for a change. It's normally mine, but
That is not my dog.
I don't know. I don't know. I hear a dog.
Those. Oh boy, I'm not gonna pull that joke today. Does your dog?
No.
It's. Yeah, we don't have a dog yet, so.
Yeah. So.
All right, here we go.
All right. This is the Core 8. So somebody stole this motor. It's gone.
Wow.
Corvair. And this guy makes a kit. And there's a single exhaust going there on each side to a muffler right there. You can see it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one on the other side too, like that. But when you go into the back, where the back seat would be, you got a small block Chevy in there. And look at the headers on that. All those 4 headers fit into that. We couldn't see exactly where the collector was for, but you can imagine everything going there.
That's amazing.
Set of the late Mickey Thompson's headers.
Yeah.
And XL coil looks like over there, yellow.
I love it.
Yeah, and that's hard fiberglass or resin that they make with the incorporate the looks like shell type racing seats with a 5-point harness that's actually welded to a mount that he has in the back.
Wow.
Because how fast? 125 or something. He's taking this.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
He's been at Millville on Thunderbolt.
Lime Rock too.
Lime Rock. Yeah.
He's tracked this car.
Yes.
Wow.
Tracked this guy. He's tracked this car.
And he's gone off the track a few times. He said too.
I bet.
I wonder. I don't know. You know, the lift off the throttle. Does it do what the old Porsches used to do?
Well,
come around.
It's a fascinating, because you've definitely improved the center of gravity on the car by moving it into the back seat. But then that's the second generation Corvair, so it doesn't have the swing axle suspension. So I guess it still just get some.
And Glenn, as you can see, collects a lot of parts.
Yeah.
Just in case. He's an avid part collector, and if you need something, you should check with Glenn. He probably has it from 1960 on. They made it. If they made it or they disposed of it, Glenn's got it.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So Joe did reply back to you. He said, "No, not sure a Corvair would be fast enough for her."
For Highness?
Yes.
Yeah, she's driving an I-8, so
Yeah, and Steve Rice is asking, can he find anything in those piles? I think he's one of those guys that he probably knows where everything is.
Right, you can find everything in those piles.
But we are going to go back. We're going to go back next week to film an episode of Hoarders, right?
We didn't film his shop, his tool shop. Very extensive shop. He can make anything. He financed his business and his building by making things in his by tooling things for the submarine, Triton submarine. What do you say, Nick? I can't remember now what's up.
Yeah, it was submarine. The mechanical, I guess, fins that were basically like flow meters that
Wow.
He actually made those for it and got enough money to finance his business, to start this business.
Wow, good for him.
Yeah, and he was on. He got tours on New Jersey into the engine room and things like that.
Wow.
Right.
He was So he's a pretty knowledgeable fella. All of us have our quirks, and he just happens to be a collector. That's all. That's his quirk of everything. You never know when you're going to need, an extra 200 or 300 trash bags, but he's got them just in case. So
good for
that's
him.
a good guy. He keeps all the motors running. His specialty is rebuilding motors, all kinds of motors. And he was telling us a story about a colleague of mine who was going to sell a Ferrari, and it had an air injector pump in it that was seized up, and they had the belt off of it, and he took that apart and fix that for him so he could sell the car with everything working.
Nice.
So,
right,
and then
cool.
the next one is Glenn's car from 1966, the 66 GTO that he actually had in high school, and he tells the story of buying it. Was that the car? Was that the motor? Sorry.
So Lou, what I did with this one is I put Glenn's narration underneath the car, but right now we can hear the engine at first.
Okay.
All right.
I'll keep quiet until you need any narration.
All right, here we go.
All right, Glenn, let me get the light out of we got back over there so we can see it.
All right.
So tell us about this GTO. How long you had it, history
All right. March of 1971, coming home from work, I saw this guy sitting in Englewood, New Jersey on the side of the road, and it sitting on 4 flat tires, and actually the hood was cooked on it. It had backfired or had carburetor fire, and it was a mess. And I'm going to say I paid $500 for it in 1971. And as a matter of fact, I was just looking at something, and
you had it ever since?
yeah, actually I got it running, and we took in Bergenfield High School, it was a thing about Ascension Thursday. Everybody used to go to Seaside. It went to Seaside. I just remembering that.
I'm going this way, see if I can get that light, which is flooding you out here. We're losing all your color. There you go.
That's all right.
Now we see a nice, handsome face.
Oh, but yeah, it's been a regular car. It's been I've driven it to Raceway Park, and actually 1 year top of third gear tore the drive shaft out of it. Transmission came off the aluminum bell housing, really made a mess, broke the front yoke off the pinion fell in, cleaned all the gears out of the rear end. Top of third gear, still turned a 14.7 at like 97 miles an hour, blowing up, going through the lights, but that was a nice little ride, but expensive. But
well, it's a great story.
It's done that, yeah.
And when the weather gets better, we'll get you out in the
Absolutely.
daylight, and
we'll come down and see you at the Garage Mahal.
Thank you so much.
That's a great story.
Yeah. So you notice the vinyl top? The vinyl top's got some stains on it and some bubbles underneath the vinyl on the top itself.
Yeah, there you go.
And Glenn's going to contact you. I told him to email you because I told him you were sort of the expert on refinishing the vinyl tops. You know, so he's going to.
Yeah. Okay.
And maybe we can you can come down and we can do this project in the Garage Mahal.
Oh my
and
God!
You can show us and we could really do it another video of.
Yeah, and can we include leaving the rag on the hood too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We'll leave the rag on the top this time instead of the hood. So
Wow.
that's a future project, and expect an email from Glenn about that.
Good. Just for that, I'll paint it. I'll bring the Portofino red that we can use.
That'd be nice.
You know, you open up a little bit, and this is what you get.
That's right. Like Rodney Dangerfield used to say.
Yeah, right.
No respect is what you get. You get no respect.
Tough crowd.
It is tough crowd. No respect.
Tough crowd.
Okay, so let me get the next video going here. And so the next one we've got is, well, why don't we do the Audi, right?
Sure, whatever you'd like,
Okay.
sir.
So I'm going to, since you're
Okay,
on,
good morning,
I'm going
everyone.
to, there, I muted it, but now you can talk.
Okay. Oh, I hear myself feedback there. Big time. That's a little better. Okay. Did I lose? Okay, you're moving. Okay, I didn't know if the video froze. So this is my '85 Audi GT Coupe. I found this about a year ago. Reminded me of, again, another childhood vehicle we had, but it was in the version of the Sirocco. But it is the famous inline 5-cylinder, put out a whole whopping 115 horses. But this one is at least a 5-speed manual, finished here in the tornado red paint, with the gray velour interior. It'll be a good car that I plan to take to Radwood if and when that ever gets rescheduled. The only thing that would make it better, of course, if it was the all-wheel drive Quattro version, but we can't have it all. I found this from a little old lady that actually had it from new, bought it at Holbert's up in Warrington, Pennsylvania, for 16 grand. I have the letter from Mr. Holbert welcoming her to the Audi family. I have the window sticker. It's kind of a fun little car. So
Very
of course,
cool.
here you see that famous inline 5.
Which
everything works.
Which I was wondering why I didn't hear from you earlier this week. You probably didn't see it. Maybe you did. Wednesday, I featured a car with a inline 5.
Did you? No, I must have missed it.
Yeah, it was it was a Volkswagen Quantum.
Oh yeah, we had that car growing up too.
Yeah, that was
sedan version.
It was in fact it was a Synchro, so it was quite the so people, if you don't remember that name, it's what they called the B2 Passat, and
right.
But in the U.S. at that point they still felt for whatever reason they felt the Passat name wouldn't work, so they went with the Quantum here. So it was a '86, an interesting car. But I'm sorry I interrupted there. Keep going.
No, you're fine. That car literally was the Audi 4000 with VW badging on it.
Right.
So, but yeah, so inline 5 there, and I'll just give you a quick shot of the old '80s velour, which brought back memories.
Very nice.
But a great little car. Having fun with it so far. Get
Good.
a lot of looks with it.
I bet.
So, oh yeah, we went back to show you how small that little radiator, and then of course the AC coil in front of it, or the receiver dryer. So, yeah, here's our interior here. This has surprisingly high mileage, 192,000 on the clock, still all original though. And like I said, runs like a top, everything works. The only thing I really had to resurrect when getting it was recharging the AC and changing the high pressure supply line. But other than that, we're all back to full operation. So
nice looking car. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Thanks.
Good. Well, thank you for sharing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nudie, I just texted you a comment I got from one of our listeners that texted me.
Yeah.
He made a real nice comment. I want to thank him for it.
Good.
Yeah, he said it was from His Highness Dan. He said another great show. History and stories and owner quirks are the best part. I need a cat balloon from the Corvair guy.
I think you can sell those.
Yes. All right, thank you, Dan. His Highness. All right.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to move on to Nick's. Oh, you know what?
I'm going back to back. Okay.
Yeah, but the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a. There we go. Bear with me. There we go. There's everybody. So I'm going to pick. This week we've got a towel. So I'm going to show this. This is a Griot's Garage, very extra absorbent towel. I've switched. If you haven't used one of these, I've switched from using a chamois to one of these. So I'm going to give one of these away today. And let's see. John Burdett, if you're out there, you are the winner of that. So I will be reaching out to you via email to get your snail mail address, and we'll get that shipped out to you. So, okay. So I'm going to go to your W140, Nick.
All right.
So I've got the movie muted again. You can talk through it.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. So this is my 99 W140, also known as the S-Class. This happens to be an S500. What's special about this car is this is what's called the Grand Edition, which the last 600 cars were dubbed or labeled the Grand Edition as like the send-off for this chassis, because the next year in 2000 the body style changed. So what makes this car special is that it has the Obsidian black pearl paint, the 18-inch AMG monoblock wheels, an upgraded leather interior that only came in the S600, as well as, I know this feature is very common today, but it had the rear window shade as well as the manual side window shades that you could pull up, as well as it also had a special wood grain called bird's eye maple wood. Again, all items that you couldn't get on any regular W140. It back in '99 listed for 90 grand, and is has the famous 5.0 liter V8 engine, made it to a 5-speed transmission, put out about 320 horsepower. One of my favorite cars to drive. This was my daily driver for a long time, especially when I worked in northern New Jersey. I'd blow up and down the turnpike in this car every day. Never let me down. I'm surprised at how the values increased, though, because quite honestly, when I bought this car, I didn't really think much of the Grand Edition. I mean, I didn't think it would take off, and I've seen a few over the years on Bring a Trailer bringing upwards of 30 grand, which I thought was interesting. My example here, although pretty flawless, clean as a whistle inside, I'm high mileage, again, because it was a daily driver, so it's got 180 on the clock, but it's a car that I absolutely love, and my family loves the best for long trips, because obviously it's very comfortable. It's in the 90s, late 90s there, this was Mercedes, answer to the Cadillac, so it is like a floating couch. And one other feature it had that they all do, it has also the lighted door sills. But this parchment interior and the bird's eye maple wood is I think is a stunning combination.
Yeah,
and I just really love this car.
Well, for somebody that actually owns a Rolls Royce, as well as this one, to say that this one's his family's favorite car is saying something.
I'd drive this any day over that.
Wow.
So lots of leg room, 202-inch wheelbase, it's almost 75 inches wide, so it's very, very comfortable. And of course has the double pane glass that people always think is bulletproof, but obviously more of a sound deadening or insulator. But just a rock solid car.
Have you had
I'd take it anywhere.
Have you had to replace any of those windows? I mean, anything's expensive on this car, but I was just curious if it's particular.
No, I have not. But if in the event I ever do, I have a great Mercedes guy that has a plethora of S-Class windows like this.
Wow.
In his possession. Oh, and there I was just showing, of course, the little actuator that helps suck the door in from all that air gap, which is a must on this car, because unless you have a window down, you'll never get the door shut.
A bank vault on 4 wheels. Very cool.
Yep, that's
Very
right.
Cool. I don't see any questions on this car, but that's great. That's great. Well, since we didn't have a live thing, we could probably talk through a couple of things, Lou. I want to save the truck for next week. I think we're going to have a...
All right, we can do that.
Yeah, I think...
and we talked about getting Ross back, and you could do a live thing over his collection of trucks too.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to him and see if he's available next week. I think.
Hey,
go ahead,
Rudy. Were you saving the 987 turbo for next week too, or?
Oh, thank you. No, thank you. I knew I.
Any special shout out to my Schattenbaum peeps.
Yes.
Jeremy, and I know Steve and Arnie and possibly Scott are watching.
And Jim Hill is
And Jim Hill?
also Jim,
Yep.
Barbara. Yep, definitely.
Okay, bear with me for a second. Let me find that.
Sure. Jeremy did a real nice job with that car, and I know we had technical difficulties trying to do it the first time, so he did some great videos to really show off his masterpiece.
Yeah, and I know I have it somewhere. You're putting me on the spot. I gotta find it.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's
It's all right.
okay.
We could talk while you
Yeah, go up.
look for it too.
Go for it.
And we could talk about you actually.
I'll go on. Go on you. So many things, so little
Now,
time.
we remind people that besides this, that you're also listing cars for sale. During this time, it doesn't cost them to list their car
Thank you.
on Guys with Rides website, and there's a lot of great cars now on there. There's that Oldsmobile, a 40 Oldsmobile Woody wagon, and that Corvette, that 61 Corvette, that are just they're just stunning, both of them.
Yeah.
And
Beautiful cars. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
That. I'm just doing a search here. Yeah, but and then even just this week we got a gentleman out in Laughlin City, Nevada, put his
with that
50
Oldsmobile.
with that Oldsmobile. So I had never heard, if you guys watched a couple weeks ago or saw that, the 51 Oldsmobile convertible we have on, that car features a steering wheel clock. So the three of us had never heard of that option, and then lo and behold, this guy out in Nevada has a 52 sedan he put up, rock solid, and
With air.
with air, modern air conditioning, an upgraded 12 volt, completely new interior,
Yeah.
and just a neat four-door sedan, and that has the clock in it. Although that particular one is not working right now. So, but I'm sure there's somebody out there. I got a comment back. If you guys get the newsletter, I had a late 40s Ford Woody wagon that I featured, where I called it "Where's the Wood," because all that was left was the steel body. And I put the question out there: is there somebody that makes a body? And sure enough, the other day they came back with the fact that there is a company. Gentleman makes the bodies. It's about 6-month lead time and $20,000. But he he has all the patterns and can make a recreated body for that chassis. So.
So did Jeremy send the video himself, or Nick? Did you send
No,
the video for him?
I sent it. Jeremy sent it to me, and I sent it.
Well, maybe we can look under your email and maybe find the link to it.
No, I put it all. I know. We may have to save it for next week because I am. When I'm on this, guys, it's very tough to find things.
All right. I don't know if you do an email search for Nick and find the name of the video.
Yeah.
No, actually, I didn't. I sent those via text because they were snippets or clips. So.
Yeah, and it's just like the other day. I thought I couldn't find him, and then sure enough, when I got off the phone, I could. So I don't want to take up people's time.
Okay.
And it's
it's
not a question. So guys, be patient out there. We are going to feature that Boxster again. If I'm going to look one more place here. Yeah.
I heard that dog.
Yeah.
Went, woo.
That is not my dog.
Oh, yours?
No, it's not. I don't have a dog. All right, let's plan the.
Nick,
We're going to make the Boxster first next week because I love that car as well. So let's plan on that. And
all right. So next week I plan on being in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. I'll try to get there very early, say around 8 or at the latest, and I'll do some filming of the early birds that arrive which will be the first high octane South Jersey cars and coffee meet, because today's was washed out. So hopefully next Saturday will be nice, and then I'll upload that video. So when we go live at 10 o'clock. Everybody will be able to see. If you're not there and you're out of the area, you'll be able to see what that looks like. We'll have the Boxster. We'll have some trucks.
Yeah.
We'll have
a full
some
show.
wonderful conversation.
We'll have a full show.
And yeah, I think Nick's going to bake part of next show. He's doing a baking segment as part of the show.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna take one after Mr. Mike Brewer. Yeah, make carrot cake.
Mike Brewer can make carrot cake.
Nice.
Nick's going to make a mess. Is basically it's his.
Very
and I'll
nice.
probably eat it anyway. So you can bake it, I'll eat it. So.
It'll be cooked on an exhaust manifold for a twist.
There you go.
Right.
We should do
That's
that.
the way you do it.
The next cruise thing that we go to, everybody should cook a dish, and when you get there, you take it out and lay it on tables, and everybody eats it. Right? You can do some steamed corn. You can do some corn. You can do meatloaf. I can see all these possibilities.
I make a damn fine meatloaf, if truth be told. But so, all right. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate.
Too funny.
We'll have quite the our final spring live stream will be quite filled. So hopefully, if you guys can attend, great. And if not, well, you can always see the encore presentation either on our YouTube channel or the Facebook channel as well. So appreciate everybody tuning in. Like Lou said, we've got some great cars on reserve parking right now. Yeah, I think I'm going to put about just over a dozen right now and growing. So check it out. And if you have any other ideas for the newsletter or the website, I'm all ears. So email at GuysWithRides.com and we'll take it from there. So again, to all the veterans out there, thank you for your service. And don't forget the ones.
Stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe.
Still social distance. Just
right.
Be careful. Right.
That's right. So thanks, everyone. And we'll talk soon. All right.
See you soon.
All right. Take care.
Guys.